Hello everybody, fluxJeLLy here, bringing you a Starcraft 2 replay between myself, fluxJeLLy, the green Zerg, spawning at the 9 o'clock position, and kzoAxis, the pink Terran, spawning at the 12 o'clock position on Shattered Temple. Probably just going to call this guy Axis just because it's a little bit easier to say. This is actually my first cast, so I should probably tell you a little about myself. I'm a high diamond Zerg player, should probably be Masters, but I'm a little bit lazy and don't ladder as much as I should. But yeah. So I'll probably be bringing you guys more replays from myself as opposed to professional games, just because you know, a lot of casters do professional games and they've all been done. I don't want to put anything out there that's been done already. I know that's annoying, so I'll probably bring you guys more of my replays, some replays from my team. Yeah, and it's just, you know, hopefully you guys will appreciate seeing someone closer to your skill level play, and maybe you'll be able to learn something. And hey, you know, I'm not amazing either, so if you guys have any feedback for me, feel free to leave it there. I do want to get better as well. So yeah, Shattered Temple, not a very good map for me, actually. I don't really like it because you can't really take a fast third as a Zerg safely. I mean, you gotta bust down these two sets of rocks here, and that takes forever to do with Lings, and I mean, if you take this base up here, I mean, it's just really hard to defend because they can just siege up here and then send Marines up and deny it. So it's a really hard map for me. I have to do a lot of 2-base timings, pretty much, and we see kzoAxis here throwing down his gas, so we're not going to see a 2-racks pressure come from him. He's throwing his first racks down, which I see with my Overlord. Don't think I saw the gas, though, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a 2-racks yet. I am actually going 15 hatch. I don't really mind going 15 hatch against Terrans. I mean, I've dealt with enough 2-racks bunker pushes that I can defend it with drones pretty easily, so I like to take the little extra econ that I can get out of getting a 15 hatch. And not really worry too much about that. kzoAxis now sending out his first scouting SCV. We'll see if he scouts the right way. And yeah, he does. He did see the Overlord, so he should know where I am. He's actually throwing down a tech lab, which probably means he's going to be going Reapers, which you don't see too often, but I mean, it is pretty viable. You can expand behind a Reaper build. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's not as strong as like a Hellion Expand or anything like that, but it is valuable. Especially if the Zerg's not ready for it. I mean, you can do a lot of damage with Reapers if they don't have Speedlings out fast enough. I did get my gas, however, so I should have speed. He is seeing this now, but speed will be a little late because I did go hatch first, so Speedlings will be a little bit later than they would be if I went, you know, gas pool or something like that. But he does see that I do have my expansion down. He's actually building a supply depot on the low ground, so he's probably going to end up expanding behind this, and a second barracks. Also, if he throws out another tech lab, we're going to see a 2-racks Reaper expand, which is a pretty good build. His first Reaper is just about done now. My first set of Lings also done. I usually like to make 4 Lings if I don't sense any immediate pressure. I didn't see a bunker go down, so I figured, you know, he's probably going to be expanding or something. So I usually only make 4 Lings, try to get as many drones out as I can. Well, the drones will, or this SCV will actually get picked off by those Lings right now. And yeah, but actually I should be starting my speed. It's a little bit late. This is actually really bad for me because the longer my speed isn't here, I mean, the more damage those Reapers are gonna do. Just because slow Lings versus Reapers is not a good matchup because the Lings just can't even touch me if you micro at all. As you can see right here, look at that, all the Lings go down. Nothing, and here, that's probably his little key to poke in with his Reapers now that he killed off my Lings, which I do have to actually replace. Speed's just started right now. It's gonna be quite a while before that's finished, and I'll be able to fight off these Reapers. Gonna have to use my Queen, which Queens and Reapers again. Queens are just so slow. Yeah, he's gonna see this. Take a few pot shots at the Queen, I guess. Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing you can do really in this position other than just, you know, keep him at bay a little bit with your Queens and just wait for speed to pop. But he is going to come in, probably going to pick off his Queen, actually. 4 Reapers in the base now. His command center is almost done, so he's expanding behind this. But yeah, he will get this Queen. He is letting his Reapers get really low, however. His 2 are now down in the red. Probably could have microed that a little bit better. Should be hitting the drone line right now. I don't know why he's actually hitting the spawning pool. I really wish he... Well, I don't wish because it's me, but he should be hitting my drones. Just doing so much more damage. And I mean, these Lings are coming out, but they're still slow. They're not going to do much damage. These Reapers, and now 4 Reapers still. And speed's just about to finish, so he's going to have to back out now. Once he sees this, picks off another 2 Lings. Another Queen pops out, and yeah, he sees speed. He's going to have to get out of here. Potential surround? No, not quite. Didn't quite have enough Lings to surround that. But he got all the information he needs. He saw I had Speedling. He only saw 1 gas, and then I pulled workers off it, so he kind of knows what I'm doing. I have to go back to droning right now because I know I'm really far behind at this point. If you look at the income tab right now, I'm down 2 drones already to a 2-base Terran who has 2 orbitals, so this is not looking good for me at all. He has thrown up a bunker at his natural, so I'm probably not going to be able to even scout what he's doing unless I use my Overlord up here. But, yeah, this looks like a tough spot. I'll probably poke him with some Lings here, but they're not going to get more scouting info if he throws all these Reapers in here. Meanwhile, back at home, if you look back at the production tab, I am droning up. He's actually going factory, so this kind of looks like a tank marine to me, just because you wouldn't have this many barracks if you were going mech. So he's probably going to lift this up now and put it on one of these tech labs. No, he's actually going to throw a tech lab down on the barracks. So I don't know if he's going to try to go for a stim combat shield timing, if he's going to start combat shield when he gets 100 gas, or if he's just got 2 tech labs because he wants marauders. I don't know. Maybe he thinks I'm going to go roaches off of those Reapers. Bailing Nest now down though, so we can see I'm not going to go roaches, as roaches are terrible versus Terran. So yeah, so I can't really scout what he's doing right now. I'm kind of in the dark, so I'm just going to drone up as hard as I can. I know I'm a little bit behind. He's going to have 2 bases making mules, so that's going to be a lot of minerals coming in for him. And let's see if he starts that siege mode anytime soon. If he's going to push out and do an early push, it's actually, these Reapers kind of delay his tanks in a way, because he had to spend so much gas on the tech labs and the Reapers. But if these Reapers just stay in the back of the army and just pick off all the Lings, I mean, it's going to do so much damage. And here's that first tank coming out right now. He's actually getting +1 too, which is actually almost done. So this is going to be a really strong early push if he does decide to move out. Just getting my creep spread started right now. I'm still droning up. If we look at the income tab, I'm actually pulling back ahead. But look at the mineral difference with those double mules he's got right now. He's still so far ahead. Mules are just so good. These 2 gas are actually a little bit late. I usually want to get these a little bit earlier just so I can get as many mutas out as I want, or I can get some more banelings out if I need them to deal with an early marine push or something like that. So that could actually come into play right now if I don't get these gas up and mining as soon as it's done, because as you can see, my gas count is a little bit low and my minerals are getting really high, which is a really bad thing. And I'm actually starting to knock down the rocks for my 3rd right now, and he's actually grabbing his 3rd as well. He's got his 2 tanks out right now. Siege mode is almost done. It's about 20 seconds off. He is getting combat shield, but I don't think that's going to be done in time for his push. But he did also get +1 for his infantry, so this is going to be a pretty strong push right now coming out of Axis. He's probably just going to end up coming in here, sieging up like right in front of my creep, and then just, get rid of some creep tumors and then slowly push in. It's really annoying to deal with as a Terran or as a Zerg until you get mutas, because I mean, you really can't jump into a Terran army like that. But he's actually moving onto the creeps, so this could actually prove to be bad for him. A bunch of Lings are coming out. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough Lings, though. The tanks are surrounded, and so are the Marines, but the Lings are just melting to all the Reapers in the back with +1. And now he's got a really strong position on me right now. He's taken out all my creep tumors. He's got a lot of Reapers and Marines coming into my base. If he sieges up those tanks, he's going to have a really tough push to deal with. And now he's moving in. Tanks are sieged. These Lings should not be engaging right here. They should be holding back, but I did actually waste a lot of Lings right there. They shouldn't have engaged. I should have made them Banelings. I actually decided to get +1 instead of Banelings, which really hurt me. But I do have 6 mutas on the way, so if these Banelings can hit these Marines, it should be able to be cleaned up pretty quick, and the Queen actually goes down to another big eco hit. They're actually hitting the hatchery now. Again, I wish he'd go for the workers, because that would be so much more damage if he just took out my workers. He's not going to get this hatchery in time. And here come the Banelings right now down the ramp, and big Baneling hits on those Marines. That's taken a lot of them out, so now these mutas are actually going to be able to clean up this attack relatively easily. As long as they attack the Marines mutas, there we go. Yes, this attack actually did get cleaned up. Didn't do as much damage as I think it should have, but at the same time, he does have a 3rd coming up, and it's going to go on his gold. So he's going to have a gold expo. He's probably going to put a planetary here, and then a few turrets, and then it's going to be really hard to break, and he's going to have a big economy lead. As you can see, my 3rd's not even up yet. The rocks are still not broken down. So he's going to have a pretty big advantage when he gets that base up and running. In the meantime, I am getting +1 for my mutas. Centrifugal Hook's not on the way yet. Grabbing a macro hatch and remaking my Queen. He actually did pick off a gas too, so I do have to remake this really soon. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. I guess I'm too focused elsewhere. But yeah, no, he's actually done a fair bit of damage. Look at the income tab right now. He is actually ahead 44 over 42 with mules. So I'm actually fairly far behind in this game, and he is getting a high tank count now. He's getting a lot of tanks. He's not actually upgrading those tanks, though, which is really big, because if I get an armor upgrade with my Lings, his tanks won't actually one-shot them. So that's actually a really big deal. He wants to get that +1 for his tanks just to make sure he one-shots my Lings. But he is going that standard tank marine ball that I figured he probably would, because most Terrans do it. I don't understand why a lot of Terrans do this. I prefer, if I were a Terran, I'd go mech. Mech is so much harder to deal with, especially in the recent nerf to the neural range. I mean, mech is such a viable strategy, and not enough Terrans do it, I don't think. Yeah, as soon as I say that, now we have a drop moving out from Axis. He's going to come into the back of my base here with 2 dropships full of Marines. I don't know how much damage this is going to do. I don't have any banelings actually, so this might actually do a fair bit of damage. And yeah, he's dropping off his Marines right now. Nice spread if you see that. That is really good spread by him. It's going to really help against banelings if I had any. And oh no, Lings against Marines with medevacs are going to go down so fast. And these mutas actually have to get out of here. They're going to do nothing. They're all going to get shredded. Yeah, they do run out. But he has free reign over my main right now. Look at how many drones are going to go down here. He's actually targeting down my extractor. I don't agree with that either. He should be going for a key tech structure like these baneling nests or this spire over here. And but he's still hitting my extractors. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, he's giving me time to get banelings up, as you can see. And this is going to get cleaned up pretty easily. I mean, he should have done more damage. He did do a fair bit of damage. He got a lot of drones. But I think he could have eked out a bit more damage if he really tried. Yeah, here come the banelings right now. They're going to take out this attack pretty easily, and the mutas will clean up the dropships. So, yeah, a little bit of a mistake there by Axis, but nonetheless, he did do a fair bit of damage, and he does have a big supply lead on me, and his third is actually up and running right now. Throwing down his 4th command center, so he's probably going to end up taking this base back here. This is going to be really well defended too, because these rocks are still up. And, I mean, he's got the planetary here, so that's going to be a really well defended 3rd or 4th base. I do actually have to remake a lot of drones right now, as he's starting to pull farther and farther ahead of me. My 3rd just getting up and running right now. I should be knocking down these rocks to get my 4th. But basically what I'm trying to do now is, I know I'm really far behind. I have the drone up. So I'm trying to go do something with my mutas and just, you know, keep him in his base so he can't come and just kill me. And hopefully I'll be able to drone up hard enough to get a good enough econ just to stay alive and expand a lot so I can get a lead. But I mean, if you look at the production tab, I mean, we still have Marines being made, and we have a Thor actually right now. So these mutas aren't going to do that much damage if he controls this properly and uses his Thor to defend his mineral line at his 3rd. This isn't going to do very much damage, so the Terran player is actually in a really good position. He's going to be getting a big eco boost on his 3rd there. He's going to be dropping a lot of mules on those gold minerals. And here come the mutas right now, taking out the only missile turret there. He's actually not pulling his SCVs away, so he is going to lose a couple. He's lost about 3 so far, and that tank is very vulnerable. The mutas do hit the tank. The Thor gets a couple volleys off on the mutas, but they are going to get out of there pretty easily. Picking off a supply depot on the way out. Why not, right? And actually, the mutas cut a little bit close there, and one actually does go down to that Thor volley, so a little bit of sloppy control there by me. But nonetheless, I did do a bit of damage, and he's still in his base. I know this. I see the Thor, so I know what he's doing. And if you look at the income, or if you look at the production tab, I have been droning up really, really hard behind this. So I've actually come very, very. I'm actually going to pull ahead of him in terms of workers. He does still have mules, so he's going to be ahead, and I will be getting my 4th base right now. So yeah, he does have this sensor tower, and this sensor tower is really, really, really good at dealing with muta harass, because you can see the mutas coming, and then you can just get ready for them and just deflect them. They'll do no damage. I'm surprised he's not making more SCVs. His SCV production is actually slacked off a lot, considering he's only at 63. You want to be around, I guess, 70 to, not really 80, but you want more than, you want at least 70 something, right? And I mean, here's a big drop in the main right now. Sorry, I missed this, ladies and gentlemen. The baneling's doing so much damage here. The Marines are not split good enough, and this does get cleaned up relatively easily without doing very much damage. So he's actually let me back into the game a little bit with that drop. I did leave 3 Marines alive in my base. I don't know why. Go back and kill them! Do get a couple of dropships though, as that was very worth it. But yeah, no, the mutas are coming back now to clean up those Marines. Oh, watch out, muta, run away! Yeah, there he goes. So yeah, so not much damage done with that drop, so he's actually let me back into the game a little bit with that attack, because he lost a lot of units just then. And I mean, I'm about to get my 4th base up right now, so we'll be on equal bases, which actually isn't what you want as a Zerg. You want to be ahead in bases of your opponent, but I mean, at this point, considering how far behind I was in the first place, it doesn't really bother me that much that I'm going to be on equal bases, because, oh, and look at this, the Manor Mule right